Hi, my name is Aaron, and I play Valgor Bronzeclaw, the Dragonborn Paladin of Bahamut. Valgor is the son of Ragnar and Valora. His parents were both trained to be devout followers of Bahamut, and together they grew to be very important people in his temple. After a time, they were assigned to stop some followers of Tiamat that were causing some trouble in the nearby city of Montala. During the trip, they didn't find any evidence of Tiamat's followers, but they did start to enjoy the citizens and each other's company more and more as they asked to make this trip an annual thing so that they could visit more often. They then learned that there's more to life than being secluded with just your own kind, and that was the start of the city Asgore trying to be more open with the outside world. Ever since Valgor was born, he was told the difference between good and evil. He loved his parents and how he was raised. His city was bustling, with it starting to be a mix of all the types of life. Though Valgor didn't see much crime because he spent most of his time in the temple, he didn't always understand why people sometimes hate on and hurt each other. But he swore, when he was older, to be there for the weak and to stop all the evil he can in the world. Though Bahamut preaches to be forgiving and not to resort to violence, there is evil in the world, and that does not deserve mercy. Valgor was taught to go with your strengths, so from a young age, his father taught him how to fight if necessary. He was trained to never be the one to start the fight, but to make sure he knew how to end it. During Valgor's years to adulthood, he started to learn more of Bahamut and more ways to fight. He even became pretty close with some new elven companions and visited their home city on yearly trips with his parents. They ran through the woods, jumping over roots and through branches. Valgor was not as light-footed as his elven friends. As he broke another branch underneath his feet, the wild boar pack they were tracking finally noticed them. "Great job, Valgor!" Melosa and Miri shouted in unison as they drew on their bows. "I can't help how I was made," Valgor shouted back. "Less talking, more hunting. You don't want to be left without a kill, do you?" Zathiel smirked. They wasted no time after that. Valon, being the most skilled in hunting, was a blur, and quickly dispatched his boar before the pack started to bolt. Everyone else was a little slower in dealing with their boars, but still took them down quite cleanly. Valgor, on the other hand, was not built for a quick or clean kill. He reached his boar last with having to get up close and personal. He heaved his greatsword in a downward slash, decapitating the boar with a spray of blood splattering the nearby area. "Not one for a clean kill, are ya?" Valon chuckled. "At least it was painless. Come on, we gotta get back home or our parents will have our hides," Valgor replied. One night, Valgor had a weird dream. He saw a cave filled with earth elementals forcing some common folk to mine. 5 of the slaves seemed to be more in focus for some reason. He watched as they tried to overthrow their captors and escape the prison. Just as the dream was ending, he heard these words, "Find them." He woke up, soaked in sweat, panting deeply, wondering why he just had a nightmare of a prison camp with 5 people focused on that he's never even seen before. He figured it must have just been a bad dream. A couple of months later, they received news of an attack on Montala. As his family heard this, they assembled a relief group to head there immediately. They were teleported into a war zone. Bricks flying everywhere, buildings burning up, and the dead littered the ground. They saw Valon fighting for his life at the entrance to a temple. Valgor and his father joined the fight and managed to kill the giant. Valon, worried for his father, convinced Valgor to help search for him, and they ran off towards his home, hoping to still find his dad breathing. They then noticed something strange in this war against the giants. A devil? As Valgor focused on it, the devil jerked his head at him and seemingly vanished. The next instant, it's right in front of him swinging his claws at him. Just before impact, Valon deflects the blow. They attempt to kill the beast, but it seems pointless. The devil scoffed as he raised his weapon towards Valgor. Suddenly, Valgor was shoved to the ground as Valon yells, "Get out of the—" Before he could finish what he wanted to say, the devil smashed Valon's skull into a chunky paste. Valgor, shocked by the sight, falls to his knees. With this opportunity, the devil could have easily ended his life, but instead, all he said was, "Barkulnar, I will respect his sacrifice," and walked away. After the dust settled, and the remaining civilians escaped to a nearby cave, Valgor's family made preparations to bring the survivors to Asgore as refugees. About a month later, after the refugees settled down in their new home, Valgor has another dream. He saw in this dream what he somehow knew was a veil worm being slain and a group of 4 harvesting the corpse. In this dream, he could tell that they all had some very, very bad intentions, and you could feel a wave of energy coming from behind him. He turned around and immediately got down to one knee and bowed his head. Before him was the most beautiful, glistening, and largest dragon of a platinum color that he has ever seen. Bahamut's form radiated a glimmering white light as he shifted into his humanoid form. He changed into a kind old man and said, "Search for evil and erase it from those lands. Be wary of this group and kill them if you ever cross their path. Go and help those outside Asgore, and you'll soon meet our foe." He woke up much easier than the last time this happened. Valgor went to his parents to share what he saw, and they were overjoyed that their son was chosen to be put on a quest by Bahamut himself. After making some preparations, Valgor set off on his quest to push back the evil that's been infesting these lands. On the way, he found a lead for someone who might be able to help. The infamous Paladin Nyx, who he's heard stories of, has his goddess's temple in the nearby city of Faintree, but once he arrives, he finds out that the temple currently is not having a great day.